Hi, welcome back to my analysis on cycles and patterns in the S&P. This is an update on March 27th, and this might be split up in two videos. So I still think we are in a bear market and we are not going to make an all-time high, but rather building a shoulder here and will soon be turning down. But this is not yet been confirmed, and we could also go up and test the highs. As I have shown in my previous videos, we have this 3.5-year cycle that should suggest we have topped out for now, and we are generally heading down this year. Also, I am advise not to focus on these short-term movements in the cycle. They may be relevant and may not. So the cycle has an upward bias into May. We have broken above the 25-week shifted S&P, which is bullish, and we have met an obvious resistance area. So I'll switch over to this is I think an offset that Peter Elide is using, and we see the S&P found support at this level. These small sell signals were cancelled and we rallied back up to this resistance area. So we could look for some kind of symmetry here with a shoulder, head and shoulder, and with symmetry we could put it like this, suggesting we still have some ways to go here for the rally. Also we could interpret this as topping formation where the top is kind of in the middle. That would give us something like this, and maybe we already are at this shoulder. So I looked at some scenarios. This was my favorite, and back here I was looking for an A, B, C shoulder or bear flag, but we didn't get that. We had further selling here, making a lower low. So what's the consequence of that? I don't know yet. Could be we have just shifted this formation a bit. It could also mean that we have a larger degree of a low here, giving us a longer rally. There are different ways to align these making scenarios, so I have some different variants. This one is kind of suggesting we are in a shoulder area here still for another week perhaps before we go down. I have another one very similar, suggesting we could go down any time now or extend for another week. But if we go up further than that, these scenarios must considered to be broken. So I have also shown a weekly scenario, basically in red, suggesting a shoulder, head, shoulder, and this pattern recognition is shifting the S&P to the left or right for each new data point coming in. So right now it thinks this is the situation. We can also look for these symmetries. If we put it at the top, it suggests we could go some more. or we may say this is a topping formation where this is the kind of the real, the essence of the high, and if we put it there, it says okay, maybe this is the shoulder. Is another variant suggesting this is it, we should go down here at this obvious resistance level, making a shoulder, head, shoulder. But if we continue up or sideways here, this scenario may be broken. Let's look at this short cycle of about 1 month. We see we are at the cycle high, and it's pointing down into mid-April. We may have this short oscillation of about 4 months, which may have turned bearish, or say left translated, suggesting we could go down from here. In my daily data, I'm getting something that looks like a sell signal, at least when using bear market rules. But with bull market rules, I would not like this as a sell setup. Rather, seeing something like this, and there are probably many bulls wanting to buy a dip here, making a higher low here. So we could go down into April sometime, and then up into early May to this next cycle top. But also possible that we crash down here, that this was just a bull trap, and that we go down here as the scenarios earlier suggested. So in this situation and environment, I would rather look at short-term trading, hourly data. So of some reason I have forgotten, I'm following the Dow Jones Industrial in the hourly data. So here I have some wavelets giving me setups. So I told here a couple of weeks ago that I had a sell setup here, and we were going down, but suggesting that we should crash down to a lower low here. But then we turned up, and the sell setup was gone, and the wavelet was forced upwards. We had this squeeze, and with this momentum, I was not looking for any sell setup here. Just have to let it finish. We had some consolidation swing, and now we have a sell setup coming up around late Monday, early Tuesday. So we have to see what happens Monday. Do we go down, then we could go up again, or do we continue up? If we see a lot of momentum here, then maybe this is not a good sell setup. If we start crash down on Monday, well then the sell setup is already in. Maybe in a bearish environment, the selling typically starts early. So we'll have to see. This has a lot of similarities back here. We also had a sell setup here that didn't complete, squeezed up. And you see the duration here in yellow is equal to the duration here, and we broke the red trend line here, starting the downturn, and here we have a red trend line. So we have to see what happens when we go down here, and also have the short cycle of 1 month suggesting downside. And then the bulls waiting for the dip here to buy here. Will they extend the rally? In the next part, I will look at Norway, giving us some clues there about what to expect. Okay, see you in the next video.